Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a failure here on gold. Essentially, it's a failure to go up to the bull side here. Let me get my stop in place. Get my first stop there. Good. And then the first target's going to be down here, 77.8. Going to take two contracts off there. The final target, 76.9. We'll take two more contracts off there. Now, again, like we were just saying a little bit ago, we're looking at more of a failure here on the range, and we can see that overall gold, just in general, has been kind of sideways. There was a little bit of a trend earlier this morning, but they got a little bit too aggressive, took a little bit too much, and now we're starting to fall off the other direction. Now, there was an opportunity to hop in short there to the downside, where it worked out pretty nicely. Now we're kind of maintaining that aspect where we're starting to possibly form another bear channel on the way down, where we're coming towards those channel high areas, and now we're starting to drop off a little bit. Now, the big reason why I like this at least the most is we had a nice big bull trap at the top, followed by a very significant bearish candle, showing us that the bulls just absolutely got dominated on that last move down. Now, again, we do have a little bit of a channel working its way down here as well, so we can keep that in mind. All we have to do is copy paste that line. We'll just drag it right up here, and you can see that we're also tagging those highs as well. So not only is it a channel rejection, but it's just an overall trap projection of these highs as well. So just a beautiful kind of picture perfect area to hop into the short side. Would have been a little nicer to get in short closer to the highs of the channel here, just for a little bit better risk reward. But overall, with the range that we're seeing so far on gold, I'm perfectly okay with this. The range has been very small. So our short here, 4 contracts, 78.5. First target is 77.8, 7 ticks. As you can see, it's quite a tight range here. And then the second target, got to adjust my drawing here really quick to bar. There we go. Second one is going to be down here, 76.9 for 16. So we're looking at taking off 2 off at 7. That'll give us 14. We're taking another 2 off at 16 for a total of 46 potential on the trade, giving us a relatively decent trade for the size of the range that we're seeing today on gold. The overall range, let's see, from the low there to the highs up here, we're looking at a daily range of 55 ticks. So the fact that we're pulling 46 ticks out on a 55 tick daily range, I mean, you're taking 3/4 to 80% of the entire daily range out in one trade if we can get this all filled. So definitely a beautiful spot to be. Our stop is up here at 79.6. So we're looking at holding on to an 11 tick stop at the moment. I will be ratcheting this down as soon as possible. Once we get this first target filled especially, then I'll be looking to move our stop to break even and trail on the way down, see if we can get this final 16 tick target filled. It seems kind of weird that we have to trail our stop just to get 16 ticks, but the daily range kind of signifies that we have to, so we just sort of go with the flow in this case. So in the trade short rather. So now just kind of sitting on hands. Today has been really dead slow. We're going on 10:30 now. You know, it's getting a little bit towards closing time in Europe, and it just overall is pretty slow. So this may take a little while before we start seeing some of these targets filled, but we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see if we can start getting some of them filled. All right, getting a big block of selling pressure coming in here. Had a big block dump in to sell here. That was back at about 78.1, and now we're just looking for a little bit more follow through here. It does look like they're kind of recouping, and you can see every time it starts coming back, it gets hammered back down again. These really quick snaps lower. We're just seeing these big sell orders getting filtered in here on a relatively low volume type of day. And typically when that happens, you're going to get a little bit of a drop to the downside, but you know, it's still expecting us to go a little bit more sideways. You know, our final target at least is down here at 76.9, but you know, overall you could probably go down to 76.7, but I can't really see us going lower than 76.1, especially not for very long. It's just a type of day profile where you expect it to be a little bit slower. You're going to rotate back and forth, be a little bit more sideways, and honestly, by the time we fill our final target down here, if we can get down to those lows, we're probably just going to cycle right back up again and go back up. So it wouldn't be that surprising to really see this just kind of rotate back and forth, or even another option rather would be to fill our first target at 77.8 and then go nowhere, stop us out of break even, and rotate back to the upside. It's just kind of that type of day, the feeling that you get from that kind of day here. So coming into our first target here, 78 is where price is right now. Our target's at 77.8. We're 1 tick away. So far, we've come as close as 1 tick at least. So just need to see a little bit more follow through from the sellers. Once we get that, we can get our stop down. There we go. Got that first target filled. Let's drop our stop down to 2 ticks. Get that down to break even at 78.5. And now we're in a freebie trade. We've got 14 ticks locked in, $140. Now we're just looking to lock up another 32, 2 off at 16 down here at 76.9. So got that first target filled. Took a decent amount of time. We got in short pretty much right after 10:30. We've been sitting in it for going on, about 7-8 minutes now. So hopefully it will be, a little bit faster to get down to that final target. But we do pretty much have a clear drop all the way down to some of these channel lows down here. But again, the type of day, we're only at a 55 tick range so far, so you'd expect it to be a little bit rangier today. Either way, though, still looking at 76.9 for the final target, and we'll be back in just a little while, hopefully, and we'll see if they can get it filled. All right, catching some big block selling coming in again, just like we saw before. We've got our protective stop locked in at 78.1. Oh, we're testing our target. There we go. Got the target filled. Let me cancel that stop really quick there. Wonderful. So we got that final target filled down there at 76.9. Got another big block of selling pressure coming in, and just like we were talking about before, it wouldn't be a big surprise to see this maybe try to make an attempt lower, but then probably fail right back up into the range. Maybe rotate back up again, but overall we're setting up this nice bearish channel, and luckily enough we were able to take a nice little short off the highs after a big hit. Well, I mean a big trap at the highs. Lots of buyers got trapped into that move, followed up with just a beautiful little bearish candle there to the downside. That's the one that we hopped in on, and overall banked 46 ticks on the trade, $460, and that's going to be the trade for today. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.